Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture. I'm joined by the lovely Chelsea Cochran of WhatCulture, who should be stood about here.
Hello!
And we are here to do the star ratings of All In, which has just finished. I'm so tired.
So tired. Knackered.
So,
absolutely knackered.
Let's get on with this. This was a rather good show, all in all.
Sorry, for something that was not WWE, really?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. One day they might be good enough to get into the WWE.
One day.
I'm going to get comments in the comment section.
So many comments in the comment section.
I'm only joking. This is a show I particularly enjoyed, not just because obviously there was lots of bloody great wrestling in there, but because it is just, the whole thing is a massive FU to my mortal enemy, Dave Meltzer. This is a show that Dave said probably wouldn't even sell 10,000 seats.
Yep,
Guess
definitely.
what? They did that. They had so many people that Fight TV crashed for quite a few people, and yeah, there's in all likelihood going to be an All In too. So shows how much you know, Dave. And guess what? Just to add a little bit more salt into the wound, Chelsea and I are going to show you how to do some proper star ratings for All In. So here we go. Every single match at All In, star rated. Enjoy.
This one was a fine little match for what it was, but ultimately was never going to actually overshadow any of the other matches on this stacked card. We had a few little cheeky surprises in this match, however, with M-Dog launched into a Gamaniri off the apron and then taking flight into Suzuki's special. Eventually, after a pretty split battle, we got a sexy little shooting star from Matt Cross into the 1, 2, 3, and that's about it. Job's a good 2.5 stars.
Hello, Stephen Amell. Welcome back to a wrestling ring. It's been a while since we've seen you in here, and Christopher Daniels is going to welcome you back by chopping the crap out of your chest. Look, Stephen Amell is not a professional wrestler by trade. He's had a couple of matches now, and yeah, he looked quite good. Again, he was fine in this match. You sort of have to view it as someone who is not a professional wrestler, but is also, at the same time, a very good athlete. Yes, Christopher Daniels, for the majority of this match, kind of carried him through it, sort of walked him step by step through each spot they were going to do. But still, for a match between a wrestler and effectively a non-wrestler, good. Yes, we had a few misbeats here and there. You had Christopher Daniels basically missing the best moonsault ever when he went for it for the first time. He just sort of stretched his arms out so he hit him with something. Stephen Amell hit a coast to coast, which may have fallen short had Christopher Daniels not leaned into it very kindly. But let's not forget as well, Stephen Amell went through a bloody table here, a man who is an actor for a living, who could quite easily have got very badly injured there, so fair play. All in all, a fine early match on this card. Daniels won with a moonsault and then finished by shaking hands with Stephen Amell at the end, so they're all friends now. Oh, isn't that nice? 3 stars.
First up in this one, we had Tully Blanchard appearing at the very end of the entrance ramp just to wish his daughter very good luck for this match, which, as if that didn't give away who was going to take this one, guys. I mean, really? I mean, imagine she actually lost this match and he was just sitting there in the front row, dead awkward. Just a sheer face of disappointment, like, I had to do this thing. On to the match. Dives for everyone. Anarchy, just anarchy for this whole match. This mad, frantic feel to the whole thing, all the way through to the very, very end. But Tessa just manages to get the win with a hammerlock DDT on Chelsea Green as the others tried to make the save just a second too late. So ding, ding, ding. All in all, could have been better, could have been a lot worse, so 3 stars.
Jesus, what an amazing atmosphere to start this match. Talk about making it feel like a prize fight, making the belt feel special. Cody and Nick walk into the ring complete with their entourages. And yeah, we all had that moment of realization before the match even started that a dog is more over than we will ever be. And then the match itself began, and this for me is where the whole show just got awesome. Despite the fact we had the dreaded X being thrown up by Earl Hebner, great to see him back in a wrestling ring again, after what was effectively Aldis just hitting Cody with an elbow as he came off the top rope to the outside. Did have me a little bit worried when they throw this up. So we have DDP and Daivari come out to check on their men because Daivari gets hit with a diamond cutter, and we cut back to Cody Rhodes, who has been busted wide open after presumably fumbling around under the table for the blade. Now, I'm not saying we should bring back blading, although the hard way option does seem pretty bloody stupid, but it did really add a little something to this match, and I don't know whether it was because Nick just kept punching him in that open wound, or the blood just slowly spread to Cody's hair, which made it turn a sickeningly beautiful colour, but it just made the match feel so much more important, even with all the stakes that we had already. We had lots of wonderful callbacks as a part of this match, what with the Goldust drop down punch, the Alabama slam, the figure four of course, and lots of near falls as a result of that. So towards the end of this match we had the avalanche fall away slam, the diving splash, pile drivers, and of course Brandi Rhodes in her Britney Spears toxic era apparently, protecting her man, covering Cody as Aldis looked to drop a top rope elbow to save him and keep him in the match and in contention for that NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Then we had a disaster kick, a crossroads, a near fall, and then the pinfall that kind of just came out of nowhere, which only enhanced this match's sort of retro, old school feel. Cody Rhodes get the 1-2-3 on Nick Aldis and wins the championship that his dad held 30 years ago. It was a wonderful moment. The emotions were written on everyone's faces, and it was just the start of some brilliant matches this evening. 3 3/4 stars.
Just where to start with this one? It is a doozy. This was far and away my favourite match of the entire night, with Hangman and Paige just absolutely battering all hell out of each other. It was amazing. And then there was a barrel, just a random barrel made it into the match. So if anyone out there wants to make me a gif of Joey Janela just slowly rolling that barrel all the way around ringside, all the way around to Paige, I would honestly love you forever. It's okay though, she managed to reel it back merely moments later with one of the best crossbodies you've ever seen, and just kind of annihilated him. To be honest, just... he's dead now. So listen, right, the rest of this note simply reads like this. Hangman gets the telephone he killed Joey Ryan with, he wraps it around Joey Janela's neck, off the top of a ladder, he then hits him with the rite of passage through a table, then, oh my god, this gets worse. Joey Ryan returns from the dead, hits Hangman Page with a penis plex before he's carried out of the arena by ghost penises. 4.5 stars.
Ooh, yeah! I loved this match. Flip Gordon was facing Jay Lethal for his Ring of Honor World Championship after Flip Gordon won the over-the-budget Battle Royal earlier on in the night, and Jay Lethal transformed into our favourite version of himself, Black Machismo, after getting hit on the shoulder backstage, handed those infamous glasses, and yeah, just lived it as he went down to the ring. That gear looked amazing, and it started off with him just basically being Randy Savage. He wouldn't let Brandi Rhodes be in Flip Gordon's corner, he kept bringing her around, and then when she tried to leave or get away from him, let's not say that sounds a little bit weird and creepy, he lifted her up onto his shoulders like Miss Elizabeth until he got a chop from Brandi Rhodes, and suddenly, he's Jay Lethal again. As you would expect, lots of brilliant flippy stuff from Flip Gordon and Jay Lethal here. Then we had Lanny Poffo bringing Black Machismo back so he could drop a million elbows on Gordon. But that wasn't enough because Flip Gordon hulked out. Look, if you didn't enjoy this match, there's something wrong with you. Anyway, the Cancun Tornado can't put Lethal away, and he eventually wins via the lethal injection, retaining his Ring of Honor World Championship. I don't think anyone thought that Flip Gordon was probably going to win this match, but it was fun nonetheless. Then you had Bully Ray coming out and attacking them after the bell. Oh, damn you! Who will save us from this man? Turns out it's everyone's favourite, Colt Cabana. He comes out, attacks Bully Ray, and we end up getting the weirdest Shield sort of knockoff that you've ever seen. Triple table powerbomb. Bully Ray's a big lad, I'll say that. They put him through the table, everyone's happy. 3.5 stars this, 3.5 stars.
You had fast-paced technical skills thrown in with insane strikes and just mental taunting throughout the entire thing. They knew exactly what they were both doing throughout the entirety of this match and had all of us right where they wanted in the palm of their hand. Packaged pile drivers like you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy were thrown into this match. I mean, it wouldn't be me, like, bulk. Now, of course, Omega finally got the win in this match with the one-winged angel, but that was nowhere close to the end of this match. Oh, no, no, no. Bloody Y2J's only turned up, and then he treats us to a lovely little code breaker just before he's gotten just enough time to plug his Jericho Cruise and off. All in all, there's not really much to complain about in that match. 4 stars. fair play.
Right, before I give you my star rating for this match, I want to mention the fact that as we were watching this, I think for about 4 or 5 matches, when they finished, I went, match of the night that, you're not going to get a better match than that tonight. And then, obviously, you did get quite a few. I kind of want to go back and watch them all before I decide what my match of the night was. But yeah, this has definitely got to be in contention. Turns out, not sure if you knew this, Kazuchika Okada, quite a good wrestler. At the end of the day, to start with, this match went exactly how Marty Scurll had been warned the way it was going to go. Look, Okada is bigger and stronger than you. He's going to mess you about. That's exactly what he did. Just DDTs, loads of maneuvers just to bugger Marty Scurll's neck. And then we had that moment where they were just exchanging pinfalls. And for that split second, I think it was like the 8th 1-2 that we had, I thought Marty Scurll might win it right there. It would have been ridiculous if he just won it on the 8th exchange of a pinfall with no real big maneuvers and probably only about 5 minutes into the match. But these two are so good. Okada in particular is so good. I just, for some reason, thought that was going to be it. It wasn't, obviously, but they had me. Then we had the tombstone reversal by Okada. He set up the Rainmaker and you thought, well, that's all she wrote. Thanks for coming, Marty. No, it's not that simple, you see, because Marty is always ready to break your f***ing fingers. He reversed the Rainmaker as well into the cross-faced chicken wing, and we all thought, well, Okada's not going to tap out, but then he started doing the whole, you know, sort of not Undertaker, but legitimately like close to passing out, and you thought, Jesus, is this it? It wasn't, but they had us again. So Okada escapes and then inadvertently knocks down Tiger the Ref and turns round to try and hit a Rainmaker, only to be surprised by Marty Scurll's all-in umbrella. Popped me big, that did. And then he just twatted him with it. That'll do the trick, I suppose. Then Marty hits a Rainmaker for a near fall. Then Okada hits one, but it's not enough. You see, this isn't the Okada of old. He's all broken now. He's just not the same guy. Marty climbs to his feet slowly. Okada's just like, oh, can't be bothered with this. Marty's offering him, come on, hit me. Getting hit with forearms, hit with punches, and decides, nah, this isn't enough. So he spits at Okada and slaps him in the face. That got him wound up. He hit him with 2 huge Rainmakers for the win. There was a bit in there where he tried to break his fingers again. Oh God, I didn't even mention earlier the whole 2-0-5 that led to the finger breaking by Marty. Whoa, that was good, wasn't it? What a great match this was. So jazzed about it all. Was it match of the night? The more I talk about it, the more I think it is. Let me know. Argue about it in the comments, as if you need any more encouragement. An amazing match then. I think possibly even better because it just exceeded expectations. I don't think people had low expectations for it, but when you compared it to the likes of Omega versus Penta and the main event, you went, yeah, of course it's going to be a good match. It's got Okada in it, but I think a lot of people underestimated just how good Marty Scurll could be in a match like this. It was so entertaining throughout, and despite the fact you thought, well, Marty's not going to win. Marty can't win. Even with the fact this is broken Okada, Marty can't win. They got us so many times. This is probably going to be the match that I go back and watch first tomorrow after I've slept for quite some time. Maybe I'll watch it again before I go to bed. Treat yourself, eh? Treat yourself. 4.25 stars.
Well, no, this went pretty much, I mean, exactly as you expected it to go, didn't it? We had dives, we had super kick parties, we had more dives, and then we had more super kick parties, then we had some cannonballs in there, a couple of finishers. I mean, it was basically all of the cardio that I would do in like a year rolled into like a 10-minute sprint. But of course, as if there was ever any shadow of a doubt of what they would do for the finisher in the main event of All In, it was the Meltzer driver hit by the Golden Elite on Bandito. Clearly a massive big F you to Dave Meltzer for ever even doubt that they could even run All In the first place, let alone sell it out. What a nice little full circle moment, eh? 4.5 stars.
So there you have it, every single match at All In star rated. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below, of course, and make sure you check out our All In Review podcast by searching for WhatCulture Wrestling on iTunes. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, of course. Thank you very much for watching, and myself and Chelsea will see you soon. Are you asleep? Are you asleep?
Rey Mysterio's Wolverine?